The second element in Doug's model is preparation. This is work, practice, rehearsal. I've mentioned Malcolm Gladwell talks about the 10,000 hour rule. One of Doug's interviewees, Bruce Hornsby, said, you know, people ask me how I play so well, and the answer is I practiced. He had a shed out behind his house. He would go out there and try to teach himself how to play seamlessly between his fingers and what he was trying to express musically. And I guess for something like 15 months, he's 8 to 10 hours a day out in the shed practicing on the keyboard, da 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 da, trying to express himself musically. When he was able to do that, I'm told, he crossed his hands and started over again, da 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 da, and so that he could go back and forth without hesitation, without having to think about it. He had developed that level of skill. So, you know, he comments, maybe I have a special talent, but if you put in the time, if you practice, you can get really good. Lee Trevino was told that he had a natural talent for hitting a golf ball, and he said, yeah, natural talent born of hitting 1,000,000 golf balls. So the willingness to rehearse, to practice. Vijay Singh said, confidence doesn't come from winning. Winning comes from confidence. And the confidence comes from this hard work, the practice, the rehearsal. Vijay would argue that sometimes he would just rather go out and hit balls rather than play because he enjoyed the feeling. Now, the problem with practice or rehearsal is if you don't really love what you're doing, you won't stick to it. You won't have the stamina to stay at it long enough to get really good. You'll give up and you go do something else. You'll be distracted. You'll find other interests. So the idea of developing the kind of skill set internally so that you can perform at your best requires intense investments of rehearsal, preparation, practice, training. And if you don't love doing it, it probably won't happen. So there's no stamina unless you love the thing that you're doing. So you better pick a hobby, a career, work that you love doing, because you're going to be spending a lot of time at it. And if you don't enjoy management, if you don't enjoy the headaches of dealing with human resource problems and customer problems and supplier problems and managing the board and so forth, if you don't enjoy that kind of thing, be careful, because you might be putting yourself in a situation where you won't perform well, you won't succeed.